Let's see. There's definitely a dragon, and I see some dogma. Oh. Oh, I hear myself. Huh.
Oh.
Okay. We're live.
Are we?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I see you too.
Oh, shit. Wait. Roll it back. Time out.
I can't. This is it. I'm in reverse. It's weird. Okay, I like it.
Get some that Dragon's Dogma music going on in the background a little bit.
We're getting there. We'll figure this out.
I can't see the chat or anything.
I got the chat. I can see it.
You got the chat?
I got the chat, man. We're a team. I got this.
Okay.
Jade's in the chat.
Hey, Jade's here. Awesome.
All right.
I don't know what happened. I had the damn window open, and now it's just gone. And now this is just gonna be the first start of our first live podcast. Is me complaining. I gotta get the complaints out early because I don't really have too much to complain about.
You good? You got it? No. Oh, we gonna? Well, I'll interact with the crowd. I'll do some crowd work.
Yeah.
Hey Jade, how's it going? Drop. What's up?
Drop.
How's everybody?
Welcome. Yeah, let's just do the intros.
Do the intros?
I think I'm good.
What's the? Oh, should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah. Why not? Who are you? Who the fuck are you, man?
I'm the guy who hates remakes.
You're the guy who hates remakes, the bane of all remakes.
It really does.
You said it yourself over and over again. You're behind the scenes, guys. The curtain's unveiled. He's just like typing away, like remakes are a mistake. Remakes are a mistake.
Permitting.
You know what? I'm gonna make a video all about it. It's gonna happen.
I've just been seething in my room for fucking years, just going, God damn it.
Bottled up, no more.
I gotta tell them.
Unleashed.
Yeah. You mean the sequel? Well, I don't know. Jade. I don't know. So
It's a
the
sequel.
comments are contradictory.
It's a sequel.
Some people are on camp sequel. Some people are in camp. I'm a hipster.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. I'm a hipster. Do hipsters exist anymore? Is that still a thing? I thought that was like
that was definitely our like boomer, our like zoomer kind of thing, right?
What? I feel like that was our generational like this, right? Like, oh, you're just a stupid hipster, right?
All right, right. Like this generation is calling people boomers and zoomers, right?
Oh,
So,
okay, I get what you mean. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm a boomer immediately.
Yeah.
Even though like my grandmother's a boomer. What is that?
What did
you just do?
That wasn't me, man. That wasn't me. I don't know what the fuck that was.
We're the only people on this call, Mike. What are you talking about?
Bro, I don't know.
What the fuck was that?
Oh shit, hold on. There we go. Okay. I don't know, dude.
We're already getting hacked. We're getting DDoS. That's it. Right off the bat.
Bro, you got a thumbs up. That's all I saw. So.
I said people call me a boomer. And it's like,
Whoop.
right. I guess I am. Yeah. I love being called a boomer. That's fun. Yeah. No, it's been good. It's been good. I've been loving the responses to the video. It's been awesome. It's our most hated video. Very proud of it.
We did it. First year of really popping off, and we're already there.
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right, you want to get started?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's
turn this record scratches music off here. All right. It's just us now.
It's just us.
Just us. All right, guys. We're here to talk about Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah.
Oliver. How do you want to go about this? We go one at a time. We're just gonna have a whole conversation. What do you want to do? We didn't plan anything.
We didn't even, we have a plan. What are you talking about?
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's sarcasm.
Okay. God, you're hurting me. You're hurting me.
Literally looking at our plans.
Yeah, I can see your mouse on the plan.
Can you? Is it? Oh fuck! Wait, is it actually like putting a mouse over your face here?
Yeah, I can see where you're. Yeah, you're the green. On the this is inside baseball.
Oh,
No
and
one can see
inside
this.
there. Okay. Now
Okay.
you're talking about the
Anyways,
webcam.
yeah. Well, first thought, yeah, we should introduce ourselves.
Yep.
So I'm Mike. He's Oliver.
Wait,
The
no,
director
no,
hates
no, no,
him.
no,
Right? He
no!
wrote this ridiculous
Fucking hooked
video.
away, man. Fucking the the rabble rousers outside my door
They're
right
so
now.
mad. They're so mad, Mike. Anyways, yeah, this is Nowhere to Go,
Yeah.
where we play games and we talk about games and
Yeah.
I
We
don't know.
really
I
like
feel like
games.
our goal is to like elevate the conversation into interesting things, but apparently I'm not allowed to cook anymore, so
No more cooking for you,
whatever.
Oliver. I know you
Yeah.
don't like to cook in general.
I hate cooking. Cooking's
I hate
terrible.
cooking too, man. It's
I'm not a fan. I like eating.
yeah. You
No,
have,
but
you have a
yeah,
very
I mostly
talented
do.
wife who
Oh
loves
God, she's the
cooking.
best.
Who loves cooking.
She's it. Yeah. So
Nice
I
looked
make
out there.
most of the video essay content. Mike does a lot of the streaming stuff.
Yep.
And then when the powers that be allow me to breathe, then I will join you in some stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And this is one of those times.
Yeah. Later today we'll try Helldivers. See if we can get on there if that's once
working.
again settled.
Yeah.
And if not, then we'll do some Monster Hunter because it's a Capcom type of day.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Feeling that Capcom love.
Yeah. But yeah. Let's see the latest. Let's see channel news. Latest video is up. Remakes are a mistake. It's hyperbole, guys. Settle down. A little bit of hyperbole.
I can't believe you titled that video "Oliver Hates Remake."
I said I hate remakes, and I hate you for liking them.
Yeah, anyone who likes remakes is trash, just like the remakes. Anyways.
Yeah, no. It's not that bad. Watch the video. So many comments. We have 20% like rate right now. And I'm getting a lot of hate, and the best, my honest response is, so yummy. Keep them coming. I'm so happy. You got like, no one's watching the video, or they're just like, we're seeing a few bots. It's great.
Yeah, potentially
sure.
bots or so. I don't know. Maybe you're just
dude. Nobody has.
They're flipping
that.
the switches on you, man.
They might be. But yeah, there's some of you guys wrote complete, doctoral dissertations and what? Yeah, what's a multiple thesis? Thesi?
Theses.
Yeah. So if you're so inclined to talk about this stuff, please join our Discord. It's a better place, I think, for these kind of conversations.
Absolutely,
we're I'm flipping things around. Which we're actively having right now, in our Discords about the video and stuff. I appreciate the insights. I'm reading them, but I don't want to respond to all of them because they're like multi-point.
Yeah.
And
it's better on the Discord, but we appreciate it all the same.
For sure, and we appreciate the hate. Love it.
Oliver appreciates it.
I really
do. Feeds off of it.
I can't tell you guys how happy I like. Just like one comment is just oof. Like, okay, all right, I like it. That's what I want. It just says oof. Like fair critique. I like this stuff.
All right, you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
So, we're here to talk about Dragon's Dogma 2.
That's right.
We just I don't know. Have you finished the game yet, Oliver? You have not. I have.
I'm like 50 hours in, and I'm not done.
Yeah.
Well, you go first. I've been yapping. Go ahead.
No, that's all right. I mean, I've spent a total of 70 hours in the game, and I explored a lot. I explored a good amount. I didn't do everything. Like, for example, like I didn't even know there was an elven city.
Oh yeah,
I missed it completely. You missed it completely.
Yeah.
And Yeah, I found the Sphinx. That was one of the last things I did in the game. Did you find the Sphinx? No.
No Sphinx.
Yeah, well, the Sphinx is one of the best side quests in the game, I think. And I didn't even finish it because I got to, which we'll definitely talk more about in this game. I got to a threshold where it was just like, well, I want to do this, but doing that like locks you into endgame, and like once you get there, there's no going back. So, which I'm
Right.
okay with because like I think the game does also encourage like replays and like new game plus and all that stuff. Although like in the new game plus I find is it's kind of like one of the easiest going ones there is that I've found because like there's no like harder difficulty to it. It's just literally your characters now placed back at the
Cool.
start and you're OP as fuck. So
I just run through it.
it literally can just run through it, which I'll say is like in the combat, like is one of my points here is that around level 40, like things just get dramatically, or they start, it plateaus and starts to get easier and easier and easier the higher level you get and the more vocation levels you get. So,
Yeah.
which I don't have
Yeah.
a problem with. I think it feels it because the game is very front loaded in the difficulty.
Yeah, it
Um,
definitely is.
and once you finally feel like you're just like overcoming those odds and like killing the giant monsters faster and faster, it feels pretty good. I like that kind of stuff opposed
Yeah,
to
I
the
think
game leveling with you.
right. Yeah, I think especially early on, every time you leave like Vermund, whatever it's called.
Vermont,
Um
yeah.
Vermont, every time you leave the great state of Vermont, you kind of like,
Beautiful
run
country.
into like small bands of goblins or whatever.
Hmm.
And it felt good that every time I left, I'd go out, adventure, come back, then I'd leave again. Every time I left, I just dispatched them faster and faster, and I was like,
Right,
"Yeah, get
right.
the fuck out of my way! Like,
Yeah,
I'm
literal
done with you. I
shaft.
don't
Yeah,
need you."
yeah.
Yeah. And now it's just to the point where I just walk by them, and I'm just like, "Team, just do the thing." And then
Clean
it's
up
just a lightning storm, tornado. Everyone's fucked. I'm like, "Right, Mike. I don't even
yeah,
want their, I don't
their
want their
stuff.
teeth. I don't need
Yeah,
it.
got
Keep moving.
200 of that shit.
Gonna weigh me down.
Yeah,
I got time for
exactly.
that shit."
That's a yeah. Weight is a big thing in that game, and it's an interesting solution because that wasn't a thing in the first game. Is collecting these glowing golden scarabs, which is
Mm.
interesting because I don't know if there's like a limit on those things or if they're just like a spawn that you can find. I have no clue. But
I think they have they're like a one time like
I think so.
instance thing
Yeah.
because I've walked by the same places. I never see them again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's actually how I know I'm in a new area is whenever I see one of those, I'm like, oh, I haven't actually been here before. And I try
Mm.
to spread out a bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, about the combat. So I'm looking at your notes here. You liked giant monsters. Which
Yeah, the
which would you say was your favorite?
giant monster fights. Man, I think the Chimera kind of like is just like the best roundabout giant monster fight in the game. I like the dragon fights. There's some really cool um fights in the finale of the game that I won't
Hmm.
really spoil or talk about too much, but
Okay.
it's just like it gets really absurd towards the end, but like the Chimera like kind of encapsulates a lot of really cool shit about the game because it focuses on the weak point damage the most
Right.
because you have the three heads. That each
Right.
head does something different. And by
Right.
getting rid of the goat head, you can't cast magic anymore. Get rid of the snake head, he can't spew poison or attack with his tail anymore. And you get bonus rewards for that. So it's just like I think that's like the best roundabout Dragon's Dogma fight. And then like close to that is the Griffin. Like the Griffin's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you know you can summon them?
And summon the Griffin.
Yeah, if you see them flying around and you just keep watching them, they'll turn towards you.
Oh
And
really?
yeah, if they're not like super far away, and you just kind of see them flying and like far off.
Mm.
If you just keep watching them, they're just like whoop, they'll come right at you. Like, oh, here they come.
I definitely I do have a disaster of a tale to share regarding that. I'll say this was probably I wish I was recording it because at the time I was just like, this is absolutely absurd. The most like worst luck I've ever had in a video game. This is insane. So in Batal, like this is my first time going into Batal, and like as I entered Batal, this was my first mistake, is I switched to a new vocation to level it
Yeah.
up. So I'm a
Mm.
fresh archer.
Oh boy.
So
Ouch.
fresh
Uh-huh.
archer, and my pawns, they're doing their best. So it's been a struggle all the way up to the part, because in Batal there's like an area where there's these the lifts, like, or like the
Yeah.
those
The
things are,
cart
yeah, the
things.
like air sky rail.
Did you use those a lot?
I used them like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I found them to just be like
They're really boring. That's like the game is very
super boring.
tactile.
Yeah.
The game is super tactile, and that's like one of the most tactile things in the game, is literally making you wait and crank this
Yeah.
fucking wheel.
And
But
then it's like you can get your pawns to do it. I'm like, cool. And then I'm
yeah,
like, well, now
and then
I'm
you
just
still
watching
gotta
him
wait.
do it. I can't fucking do anything.
Well, I'll say
Right
I
there.
got to that part, and I'm fucking going to the thing where it's taking me to the main city in Batal.
Mm.
I see a griffin flying around. And like this griffin's flying around. It's like, wow, that's a griffin. And then it stops and looks at me. It's like, you son of a bitch. And it fucking dive bombs at the cart, takes the cart out. I die. All my pawns are dead. I respawn myself
Uh,
using the wake stone. And then I'm just being mauled by a pack of wolves. Like a literal like pack of wolves are
yeah.
mauling me, and dragging my body and fucking ravaging me. And then they drag me and they pull me into a group of hobgoblins. I'm just like
Yeah.
going to my inventory every 5 seconds at this point, just healing and just trying to run to the city out of stamina. Just, I get into the city, but one fucking hobgoblin followed me all the way into the city. He's being attacked by like 5 people, but he is just like determined to fuck me up. Like he is like doing his fucking lunge attack where he's like just going through the people just to hit me and like ignoring them completely. I couldn't see his health bar. I was like, how the fuck is this motherfucker still just hitting me? Like, bro, like it was like the point where it was like hilarious, then just
Yeah.
like, dude, this is fucked up. Like
Yeah.
this is snowballed into a fucking mud pit. And it's just like fucking not fun anymore. It's just,
So that's like my main contention with the game. It's
yeah.
like it's got like I I haven't finished most of the story, but so
Mhm.
far it's had like pretty mid to high highs, but the
Mhm.
lows can be so frustrating.
Right.
And I shared
Yeah.
a video on the Discord where I just got manhandled. Like
Yeah.
it was
When
I
you
was just
get
bullied around.
when the ball starts going, like the game can be really
Ugh.
relentless.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so like as
So
always, this is like our dynamic, right? Like you're the good cop and the bad cop. Remakes are a mistake. So you're like,
just don't bring up
okay, okay.
BioShock Infinite.
I will. No, then the roles reverse, and I'm like, it was okay, and you're just on fire.
Yeah.
But yeah, the the lack of defensive options for most of the
Locations,
locations really fucking stands out when I'm like one hit staggers you
yeah.
so much. Like any hit can just like,
Right.
whoa, oh no, and then you're surrounded, and everyone's just like poking at you. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, and then a
Yeah.
heartbeat just grabs me and starts making out with me or whatever it's doing. And I'm like, I can't. Somebody
Unsavory
help!
things.
And I've got mages like, I'm whipping up a spell. I'm like, whenever the fuck you're ready, because I can't do anything. I've had
Yeah.
I've had a lot of bad luck in this game.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I found this like kind of like castle keep thing, and there's a dragon there,
Mhm.
and I'm in the point in the story where I finished it last night, but I have to get a dragon's or crystals or whatever the special rocks you get from killing them
Oh, right, yeah. The
to
blood
forge
crystals,
a
yeah.
sword. Yeah, yeah. So I'm like looking for dragons. I'm like, oh, there's a dragon there, and what's his name? Sigund was there, but we have to cross this like, it's like on a cliff that's already like broken down. Yeah, the new gods were like, damn, Jade,
Yeah.
coming through with the fucking encyclopedia over here.
Mhm.
So like, I had to cross this thing, so I'm trying, but for whatever reason, my main pawn just like, whoa, whoa, it just falls. I'm like, great. So I'm like, I can't do this without him because I'm a I'm a magic archer, which is fine, but he's the warrior, so I keep him in the front. I'm a magic archer and I got 2 mages. We're
Mm.
killing it. A mage and a summoner.
Mm.
So we're the, you know what I mean? Like that's the setup.
Right.
I'm like, okay, I need them. So I go down. As I go down into like this canyon, the sun goes down. I'm like, oh fuck, now it's super dark. So I bring it back to life. I'm like, all right, how do I get back up? Well, in the time it took me to bring it back to life, it's now pitch black, like black hole darkness. I'm like, I can't fucking see anything. So I'm just trying to like hop my way back up, and I just keep sliding.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna go down. And every time I go down, I just drop 30 feet and just die. Like,
oh no.
Okay. But then it saved when I respawned the dude. So I just keep getting, it's just Groundhog Day over and over again.
No.
Until I found a random pond just walking, and I'm like, I don't even know where you came from. I'm looking at the mini map. I don't see a trail, and he's just hopping down the stones. So I'm like, okay, maybe the game's like figured it out, or I don't know what the hell's going on. I have a guardian angel here to guide me through. So I'm just trying to follow his steps, but as I'm doing it, all my pawns are just fucking throwing themselves off the cliff. They're just killing themselves over and over again. I'm like, I can't get to you now because if I take the jump, I don't know if I'm gonna be safe or whatever. It's just a fucking mess. It was just because the sun went down. Like these little things can like make such a difference. Yeah. But yeah. But as far as combat goes, yeah, I wish I understand like the fighter should have a block because he gets the shield, right? But I feel like being an archer, I should like my mobility options should be a little bit more skewed to like moving out of the way if something comes at me, right?
Yeah,
like, anything close range, you're just fucked.
Yeah, the archer has this weird like recoil move where if you're sprinting and jumping, you can bounce off the guy. And
right,
do an
you can
attack.
Do, like weird slide.
You can do
thing.
It like a Legacy attack and shit, and like
right, and you can bounce off enemies. You can like jump at them and kick them or whatever. Yeah. I'm like, that's fine.
But it's not the same because like any little hit will still just whoa, and then you're just getting dogpiled.
Fucking pebble. Yeah, I've been stopped by pebbles. Yeah, right. I'm like conjuring the spirits with my magic bow, and I'm like, here it comes. It's the anti-life arrow, and then it's like. Oh, I can't handle it. My focus. Yeah, it's like fuck.
That's kind of way I gravitated towards warrior in this game because warrior is fantastic. Like warrior doesn't get staggered by anything. Like you'd literally be charging an attack. You'd be charging an attack, and a fucking Cyclops can stomp on you, and you're still charging the attack. Cause like that's like its passive like ability is that it just can't be broken. Like you will attack when you're charging, and it's just that vocation feels really really good in this game, especially when everything wants to stagger you and stop you. No, you just fucking cut through everything. It's so fun. Warrior's the best. That's the one I had the most fun with.
Yeah, we should jump to the
thief is the way to go if you're having if you particularly don't really want to fuck around with too many things, because there is the move that you can learn in the game for thief that literally just makes you dodge everything. Literally cannot be touched. Right.
I should. Yeah, I should spend more time. I played a little bit of thief. I should go back to it. I feel like I still have to. Okay, because another issue I had was. So I don't play a lot of fantasy games, not really, or not like fantasy RPGs in this way. So usually whenever I do play an RPG, it tends to just work out that the main character tends to deal the most amount of what the fuck is going on behind me? You do that?
No, that's you, man. That's your webcam.
How am I doing this? You can see my hands. I don't know. What the fuck was that?
Whoopee!
All right. Anyways, that was wild. What the hell was I saying? I totally lost track.
I don't know. I did.
Oh, okay. That usually the main character like tends to do like a lot of damage firsthand, and then you like build up your team so you can kind of make these like these arrangements, right? Like your setups. But. I felt like I wasn't doing much until I was the fighter, right? Because then I was like grabbing on, climbing, finding the weak spot, stabbing it a bunch, doing all that fun stuff. And then as a fighter, I could handle shit by myself, right? So when you're fighting a Cyclops and there's a pack of wolves, like, okay, I can hit my counter stance because I know they're coming, or even like mid attack, you can counter off with your shield and just stop their fucking Tekken juggling, right? So I could I could push back against stuff. When I played as Thief, I was trying to take more advantage of getting on the monsters and whatnot, but I feel like the vocations, I feel like they work for different. I feel like they're geared towards different things, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like Magic Archer is really great when you're fighting bosses.
Right.
I think it's shit when you're surrounded by things and you're trying to like, lock on with your fucking...
you have to really like shut down. Like when you do your first lock on as a Magic Archer, you have to kill that thing. Like in that first lock on, which there are some like side things that you can pair up with, like talking about pawns and like synergies. You can have a pawn that knows like a spell that basically speeds everything up. So like charge attacks, everything. And they just cast a little like, it's almost like that healing aura that goes down. Yeah. And you just stand in that and you just charge up anything super, super fast. And that works for literally every move that requires a charge. So something like that like goes really well with Magic Archer. Because Magic Archer has the two like types of shots. They have the rivet shot and like the area shot, right? Area shot is much weaker, but you hit a much wider range of everything.
And it's like, and it goes for like a while, right? Right, burns them up for a bit.
Yeah.
I did like I got the fucking the kill yourself arrow, which is fun.
Yeah, I tried that once on stream. Yeah, that was fun.
I ended a dragon with one of those. And it felt fucking awesome.
Oh shit! Like, I didn't end anything. Only myself. I was like, well, I was like, I'm trying to end the stream, but it's like, well, I'm in a big dark area. Well, let's see what I grabbed. I just like activated it and just like drained my own health and shot nothing. So,
ricochet arrow is awesome in a cave.
I wish I brought that more, man. I really did.
Oh my god. Yeah, I keep it. I feel like like when you're out in the open, it's wasted. It's just not worth
of course,
it. It's a long charge, and like it has recoil, which I think is awesome.
Oh shit!
It's basically an
awesome.
AK. You're like you're just shooting all over the place.
That's awesome.
But in a cave,
yeah, shreds.
Nothing can stand up to it. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so let's go. What was your favorite vocation?
I think it was still just warrior, because I did end up unlocking all the vocations. Aside from like I didn't level mage or sorcerer because my main pawn was the mage and sorcerer. I do want to actually play around with like the dual sorcerer like synergies, because you can actually like dual cast in the game. Like you guys can cast like spells together and like do huge damage. So I want to try that out at some point. But I always came back to warrior as far as like just this like any other time I wasn't a warrior, I was like, man, I kind of wish I was a warrior right now. So it was like one of those things. It's like I wish I was a warrior right now. Because it was just the most fun. Like there's a huge gap closed that you can get very early on. Just the every time you do an attack and just don't care that you're being attacked, it just feels so fucking good. It feels so good.
That's how I felt about fighter. Like I kept finding myself in situations like, I wish I could fucking block.
Yeah, fighter was my first vocation, and that was just like, dude, this is so much fun. It's like I never unlocked the move where it's called like I think it's called like impenetrable defense or something, where you're just spinning in a circle with your shield.
With your shield up. Super Captain America move. Like, I feel like I'm fighting Hydra. Goofy.
Yeah, because like it comes down to like the way you venture through the world, as far as like you have to bring abilities where you feel like you're gonna be able to use all of them at this like most of the time. Like the most convenient skills, the most like optimal skills. I feel like that's how I went about doing things. So a lot of skills I just like, I'm not going to be spinning around on my shield. Like it looks really funny and like, that looks great, but no.
Let me tell you though, every time I was getting bullied, I was like, I wish I had that stupid fucking move. I could just spin my way out of this shit. I can Roomba my way out of this fucking disaster.
Yeah. I'll say in the end game, the warfare vocation is really cool. It's a new vocation. It was not in the first game, much like the trickster. Um, and yeah, you can just pair up to 3 weapons at the same time, and then you learn one ability that allows you to magically switch between these weapons. So that takes up one of your slots, and then you can allocate 1 skill per weapon, kind of thing. So then it becomes even more about like optimizing your things, but being able to be a melee like dealer, like damage dealer, and a ranged attacker at the same time, like that becomes very powerful. Like that's where I started pairing like warrior and like archer together, because like archer hits really hard for each arrow that they can dish out. So like that was most of my end game, was doing warrior, thief, and bard archer. And yeah, those 3 just were really powerful. I had like a huge single target, like grappling on the monster's attack for the thief, and warrior was just all around like, get away from me, I don't like that you're near me. Yeah, and then the archer was just there to take out anything that was flying over my head. So that was just I think that's a really good idea for this type of game, to just like, especially like kind of like put it like towards the end of the game, because they did change up how you get vocations compared to the first game. First game you had to like dual level like certain like classes to unlock other classes. Like magic archer needed you to be mage, a little bit of mage or sorcerer, and then archer, and then ranger. Like there was another range class in the first game. It was called ranger, and it was just like buffed up archer. So
more bow,
even more bow. So, but so this time you have to find special NPCs out in the world, and like you do their quests, and then you unlock the new vocation that way. So, which is
I
a
think
neat change.
That was a bit. I had a bit of a problem with that, because like when I got magic archer, I found that dude in the volcanic area.
Right.
I was just walking around. I was like, what the
Right.
fuck? This is cool. What is this? And then dude's like, help! I'm like, here's a
back
leaf.
hurts.
He's like, thanks. Hey, I'm better now. I can walk. Like, yeah, sure, let's do it. But then like doing that whole quest, I was just like, well, I'm here. I'll just check it out. And then this he's like, I've been watching you the whole time. Here is magic archer. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Let's check it out.
Oh shit.
That was cool, but yeah, I was expecting more of this traditional like super like mixing of the classes or whatever to
part
unlock.
part of me kind of misses that from the first game, because I did like that.
And I think it like it's a good incentive to like level up some
stuff. Right.
Like I probably wouldn't have dropped some of the vocations as quickly if I knew there was like a payoff.
Yeah, the biggest payoff now is just the augments, which is a thing from the first game, but mixing and matching, unlocking all the augments.
Yeah, so my favorite vocation was the Mystic Spear. Spear Hand? Spear, is that what it is?
Mystic Spear Hand, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Spear Hand, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was having a lot of trouble finding my rhythm in the game and getting beat up as an archer too much, and I think it also has to do with like my pawn setup and deciding what was the best like way to supplement my play style. Getting the Mystic Spear Hand was like fucking dope, because you get this like you get that shield that kind of makes you invulnerable basically to most melee attacks.
You take a few hits,
yeah, and then you can share that amongst your people.
Right, as soon as you cast it.
That's
very good utility.
So that was cool. But it was like a good mix of like magic and melee. But I wish there was like, I don't know, I felt like in the trailer when you see it, dude just zipping around and fucking, he's jumping at a griffin, fucking him up, and I think the way it was cut made it seem like it was much faster than it is. It's way more like, charge this thing, you got to get the hit, then you can teleport. And I feel like the timing on the teleport thing isn't always great.
Yeah, I was having a lot of trouble with that vocation, because I felt like a lot of shit just wasn't working as it was described.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just glitched or what.
I don't know. I feel like it's, well, playing the other ones, I feel like they were trying to manage this like melee and magic stuff, and I almost like I would have almost traded the the charged shot thing that lets you teleport later. I would have traded that out for more of the little orbs that you can shoot out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because that I felt like that was way more useful because it would interrupt the lower level enemies, so I could just it just automatically it just auto homes into them. It just chooses whatever. So I thought that would have been much more useful to have more of that. But like having like the melee was fun. I really like the extra range you get with it, and some of those like there's a lot of like get out of jail moves. Right?
Okay, nice.
Like I can see a bunch of them coming, but then I can teleport above them and just stab downwards and just fucking get me the fuck out of here. I could that was one of them. There's like a jumping, like a sliding hit type thing, like bridging the distance type attack. That was pretty cool. So like it was interesting. Oh, and then that silly like spinning your staff around.
That move never worked for me.
Dude, you have to press the square button so fucking much to do it. You have to go like
really?
fast, like super fast. You gotta keep going, and then it starts. But that's the thing, and I don't know if it's like it feels like a quirk of the game design. But there's like I feel like the feedback on a lot of things is just not there. Like there's not a clear animation saying like this is happening, right? And a lot of games will do like for example in Monster Hunter when you're sword and shield and you're about to do like your that combo, like
the combo,
the combo, right? The Devil May Cry combo, right?
Yeah.
Like there's clear flashes like plank, you're gonna do it, plank, do it now, and so there's a lot of like visual feedback. And I feel like this game, everything looks pretty good, but everything looks like it's made of the world, which is not a bad thing, right? Like the way you dress and all that stuff, everything feels very like down to earth, and it's really cool. But then you lose this like this tool to visually explain to the player what's happening and how to react. So like a lot of times, like when I would do like the teleport, I wasn't sure which move I should do when I'm there, right? So I'd be like, I fly up to a griffin, and I'm like, I'm out of time. I just fall, right? And then hopefully somebody catches me.
Which is always cool when it happens.
Yeah, and it hardly happens. I don't know about you guys.
Happen to you? Oh no!
I'm fucking falling on my face all the time, all the time. Yeah, I hate it. I've died from so many cliffs, dude. Just like, and he does a little like Sonic, and then he just falls anyways. I'm like, what? Oh, great. And I don't know what is the inclination. I feel like there's like a self-preservation like aspect that my character just doesn't have. When you're falling, he just spreads his arms out and like leans into it. Like fucking cover up or just put your hands out. Like nothing.
The thing is like that's totally just like a quirk from the original game as well. Because like I wouldn't be surprised if they literally just drag those animations over and put it in this game and just put new fancy models over it, because in the original game like the end game was about you falling into like basically like the underground from Zelda or Tears of the Kingdom. It was basically like that. Like it was called the Ever Jail, and you would just like the way you would go into it is literally jump into an abyss and then wait and wait to find like a floor of the jail that you wanted to land on, and then you would do it that way. And your character would just like fucking free fall down like that. So it's literally like that animation. And I even tried like the fighter has like a catcher shell itself, like Captain America. That shit barely works.
Barely works, yeah. And you still take damage.
Yeah. The first time I locked it, I was like, well, there's a cliff. Might as well. Then jumped up, did it, died. That's all right.
You died on your shield like a man.
Right. I think my character even pulled the shield up at the last second.
Oh, what an asshole! But yeah, I think I still have to unlock. I unlocked Trickster. I don't know if I'm very interested in Trickster because I really feel like I'm not involved enough. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to go further away.
Yeah.
I just get. I don't want those little hobgoblins hopping on my head.
The thing is like, Trickster is basically a ghost. You're in spectator mode as a trickster. You're not even seen. Like enemies don't go to you as a trickster. And like the thing, this is where a point of mine where I actually do really like the variety of the vocations as far as like play style goes, because like trickster is like very different. Opposed to like something that is always engaged in the front lines like fighter, warrior, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like trickster is just like it's one of the new vocations, and like you get one of the first things you do is you cast like a mist ghost of yourself, and then you can just place it somewhere, and like that'll draw aggro, and like it'll just trickster is basically like the main tank and main support of your team at the same time, and you are not being attacked at all. And you can create mystical objects in the way to like obscure yourself or other pawns. So like if a pawn goes down, you can cast a wall in front of them that the enemies will see as a wall, but it's a fake wall, and then you just heal your pawn while they can't see you anymore because of the wall. Or you can create a fake floor, and you can cast like your little tank or your little ghost over the fake floor, and enemies will jump at the thing and just fall into an abyss if you put it over an abyss, that kind of shit. That's how like the vocations advertises to do really just out of the box, like really weird creative things when you could literally just be spamming the X button and just cut them down, that kind of shit, if you want. Or one of the first things I actually did as a level 1 trickster is I fought 2 armored cyclopses, because I literally was like, I'm leaving Batal, round the corner. Oh no!
Yeah, I think I know the spot.
Yeah.
I've got
it's like in
like
a really narrow chasm.
Yeah, a really fucking narrow chasm. Yeah, I fought them in the dark.
So,
I ran into them at night. And I was just like, what the fuck? What is all this shit? Like, and then my pawns are just like lightning. And I'm like, I can't see anything. And they're like ice. I'm like, you covered my entire screen. I don't know what the fuck's happening. I don't even know how to leave.
Brand off my pawn was anytime I gave him a like lightning a bit, I was like, all right, bro, we can't have you having that no more. I'm gonna get a fucking seizure from your goddamn lightning strikes every 2 goddamn seconds.
The ice drove me crazy, because the ice was always just
the ice
cover
pillar?
my screen.
Ice pillar.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not. Am I the guy? Fucking.
Yeah, I start to find like higher and higher levels, like pawns and stuff, like sorcerers and mages and stuff, just not having those abilities. Like they don't have them at all. You like the best one is like that ice cone, where it just like puts an AoE of swirling ice, and that's like it's not too intrusive.
Seen that one.
Oh no, it's very nice. But like that'll take care of most things. But yeah, but as a trickster, because one of the funny things you can do as the trickster is you can summon your ghost buddy, but then you can just like tell him to latch onto another enemy, and that'll cause any other enemy to see that enemy as an enemy, and just like, so I just had these 2 cyclopses fight each other and kill each other, so it was pretty cool.
Right, this is why I have a love fucking hate relationship with this game. It's not love hate. I like it more than I dislike it. But there's these, I keep hearing these great stories about these little moments where like magic happens.
Yeah.
But then all I ever get is like, oops, off a cliff. Oops, it's night and you're lost. Like, okay. Oops, here's a bunch of dogs that are just gonna bite your heels for 10 minutes and just gonna walk away with you. That's my favorite. They're like, bye.
That's the worst enemy in the game.
Like,
those fucking wolves.
I'm just fucking ragdoll. Like I can't do anything. How is it that I can get on the back of a fucking griffin with my bare hands, but a dog bites my shoulder and I'm like, I'm incapacitated. I'm done. Game over. Somebody help me. And what are my pawns doing? They're like, hey, I think I found a treasure chest over here in a different life. You want to go check it out? Like, no. Help me. What's your job?
Different combinations of materials result in different creations. I don't know if you knew that, Oliver.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I fucking know.
He knows.
I've been doing it for fucking hours, man.
He knows.
I actually turned their voices off. I turned them all away.
Oh, you did?
I didn't want to fucking hear them. I got so tired of like.
Understandable.
What's the other shit they always say? Like, I like when they try to talk to each other and they're basically saying the same things, like over and over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The pawns. Let's talk about the pawns.
Sure. Those goofy
Can they have more
pods.
than 10 lines? What the fuck? Like, they all just say the same shit.
So this was also a quirk of the first game.
All right, Mike, I don't want to hear this anymore. You cannot excuse shit. It's a 20-year-old game,
I know.
bro.
It's the thing is we'll get into it more later as well, but like there's aspects to it that do feel dated and like quirks of the game. But like the thing is like thank God that you have a mute button because that was not in the original game. All right. So the thing is like you had to actively tell your pawn to be more quiet, to be like less like talkative. Like there was an option at some like vendor in the main city where you could just tell your pawn to be don't talk so much. But then you would have to trust other creators of their pawns to do the same thing. So if you're if you pick
pawn was just a fucking
yap, yeah, they're just yapping if they didn't set that. But yeah, there was always the funny thing in the first game where it was just like, I hear wolves hunt in packs. They would say that anywhere. You could be literally about to fight a fucking cyclops in a desert. And it's just like, I hear wolves hunt in packs.
Yeah, they don't give any. I don't know. I feel like the pawns are not. They feel like PS3 AIs.
They absolutely are.
They gotta do a little more. They gotta be a little bit.
I had a special little pawn named Gabo I picked up in the end game, and she was a warrior, so she was supposed to be like in the fight, but she had the ability to toss. Like she had that inner preset. Like one of her abilities is just, like it's like use your shoulder to throw somebody onto the monster, that kind of thing.
Right. You can launch up or whatever.
So I was a magic archer, so not wanting to get into the fight, but this pawn was like, "You're getting in the fight," and then instead of like the AI just completely fucking broke, where like she just stopped wanting to do that while I was fighting like an end game like fucking monster, which shit's just popping off, right? And she would just run to me and start running in circles around me. Just over and over and over again, just until literally had to do this 3 times during the fight. I just stopped fighting and grabbed her and fucking threw her at the dragon, just like, just get in there. And that would actually fix the AI for about a minute or so until she just run back and start doing circles around me. So yeah, it was a special little moment. Good old Gabo.
Do you know where that one troll is that's like across the broken bridge, right? And you have to hit it, and then it forms the bridge for you.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Or the Cyclops,
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I ran into that dude yesterday. Now I'm level like fucking 49 or 50 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, that's the dude from the trailer. I thought I was gonna be doing this shit all the time. All right, let's do it. So he wakes up. I'm Magic Archer. I just unload on him. He falls down. Like, here we go. And then my 2 summoners. I think they're both summoners. Or one of them. They just fucking like brought all hell on its back. It just went straight down. I'm like into the water. I'm like, I can't.
Oh.
Now we can't cross, you jackasses. Like, what are we gonna do now? Like, now we gotta walk. Like, we're too powerful now. Yeah. I do wish the pawns. I wish I had a bit more control over the pawns. I wish I could give them clearer directions.
It's an
I
interesting
do like
thing.
that they would like ask you questions. You could basically say yes by just like, I'm like, all right, you wanna go to the store?
There is that a lot. Like I felt this almost feels like a bug in itself with AI, and I bet you it probably is to some extent. But one day when I was playing the game, like every pawn that I had, not including my own, but ones I brought into the party were just like, I know where this is. I could take you there, and it's like, okay, take me there. And then they would just run and just keep fucking running, like, and just like, okay, dude, we fought like 50 fucking things, man. You're still taking me somewhere. I don't know where you're supposed to be taking me because this quest doesn't say where we're supposed to fucking go. Are you taking me literally from one point of the map to the other side of the map? Because you need to fucking say that, dude.
We're not prepared. Hey, Mike. There's a ladder up there. Do you think there's something up there? We've already done this. This is my home. You've been here before. I hate it when it's mine. I get it if it's another pawn. It's my fucking pawn. Like, you've never left my side. You've been here the whole fucking time. Come on, dude. Come on, Gimli. Quit it. Also, I wish there were more voice like options because Gimli doesn't sound Scottish or anything.
Oh
He just
yeah.
sounds like a
A
dude.
man.
I'm just
Yeah.
like
We probably had the same voice for our characters. So
I want to see. Is there an axe weapon at some point? Because
I
it feels
think I
wrong.
think so that you can get like a warrior axe weapon. I think so. I
Okay.
think there's a big
Because
old dragon axe.
I gave him like, he was a warrior for a bit. I was like, I guess that kind of fits the character as best as I can. But then I was like, let me switch vocations because whatever the game. But then like seeing a guy who looks like Gimli, called Gimli, with a little archer's hat, I was like, it's wrong. This
It's
is
just
not
not
alright.
right.
I
It's not.
gotta change
That's
this.
why I named my guy Brandolph. He's like off-brand Gandalf.
I should have called him like Grimly.
Yeah, yeah. And he's an archer.
I just thought, like, who would I want from all the Fellowship? Who would I want? And I was like, well, Aragorn's cool, but he's busy. Legolas is okay, but he's a little. I don't know.
He's busy floating in the sky, running on rocks.
He's too busy walking on snow or whatever the fuck. Like, he's cool. I'm like, Gandalf is like a god, but then you already had him, so it's like, okay. I'm like, well, I actually want to hang out with Gimli. I want to drink with Gimli after the fight. I want to go with Gimli. Not with Legolas. I don't want to fuck it. Like, he's cool, but whatever. Yeah. This game. I think we're off script already.
Yeah.
Story. We gotta talk about the story.
Oh yeah, we were down to the story.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the story and how. I haven't finished it, but I don't really care. I don't know how to explain it. Like, all right, here's the last big story thing that happened to me. Right. That I can that actually this is the only story thing that really pops out because I feel like most of the shit has been like fetch quests or go talk to somebody or go walk in this room that's really hard to get into except the door's just open and then pick up a thing and then go out the window and then fall on your face because that's all I fucking do is fall on my face. Anyways, go talk to this guy in the little the seaside town. I forgot what it's called. Hazelnut or whatever. Some
Harv,
like
I think.
Sure.
There's Melv and there's Harv.
Whatever grunting noise you could put fucking verbs next to. That's the name of it.
It's a pirate song.
Yeah, so I go and this dude comes out and he's like, hey, I don't remember. I remember everything. I don't forget anything.
He doesn't.
What? He's like, yeah, I never forget things. Okay. And then here's a sunken kingdom. What the fuck? And he's just looking at me, and I'm like, should I go talk to him again? He's like, I don't forget anything. I'm like, oh, what? How is this related? So then I go down and I check this shit out, and then it's like, you meet the ghost, the ghost of Christmas past or whatever, and he's having a completely one-sided conversation where he's just like,
he's talking about something, man.
He's like, are you here to kill me? Or are you trying to kill me right now?
What?
Silence. Well, you haven't tried yet in the 2 seconds between my last statement, so I guess you're not trying to kill me. Here, take this magic sword made of my soul, because I'm a ghost. Like, what are we talking about? He's like, right, get up, go along now, go fix it. Like, and then he just slightly drops like, by the way, I'm the first arisen. Go ahead now, go be gone. What does this mean?
Yeah.
Well, I don't get what's happening right now. But it doesn't matter because I just need to go over there.
Yeah.
So then I go. I'm on my way to go fix the sword. I get all the parts, the dragon jewels or whatever.
Right. You need the crystallized dragon blood.
Right. So I'm walking up to the little castle in Batal or whatever, and this cat lady's like, "Hey, the queen's gonna do her prayers now." I'm like, who? Like, yeah, and there's someone here who's gonna murder her.
There's an assassin. There's
like, okay.
A plot afoot.
Sure. And she's like, you gotta pick him out. He's the guy with the long hair and the scar. Like, okay. So I look, I'm like, oh, there he is.
Yeah. That's one of the funniest things too. This, real quick,
wait.
It's one of the funniest things there is like he's the only NPC like praying who has a weapon.
Right. So I go and I talk to him, and he's like, you better back the fuck up. And like, well, hey, he's right there. And then I go back and I talk to her, and she's like, you better find him. I'm like, but he's right there. So I go back and talk to him. He's like, "What the fuck's your problem?" I'm like, "You're the assassin. Do I fight him?" So I take out my sword, and everybody else like
Oh no.
weapons up, and I'm like,
it's the quest
"Put
jig.
the sword
You
away."
got hit hard by the quest jig.
And then they're like, "The queen's dead." I'm like,
holy shit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They're like, "Well, you let her die. What are we gonna do now?" I'm like, "I didn't even talk to her. I don't even know who the fuck she is.
So
you don't even see her die. They just tell you."
Holy
and then I'm in a big empty room with 2 cats, and they're like, "What are we gonna do now?" I just don't know. Quest over. I'm like,
oof, that's rough. So,
but I feel like everyone's looking at me. And I'm like, "I'm sorry. Was this my fucking fault? Like, can you guys be a bit more clear about what you want?"
So I'll say
no.
I'll say you got hit hard by the quest jank. And I got eased into this because like the game just doesn't tell you this shit. And that's it's to its benefit, and also a good negative as well, because like you just have to learn shit, and the game will punish you relentlessly until you fucking learn that shit. Right. That includes like the save system itself. That is also a learning curve, is to learn how the save system fucking works. Because if you don't know your way around that save system, you're fucked, dude. Like,
I just manually save.
Yeah, you
That's
just
all I do.
save, but also the in save, or every time you go to sleep, is also counts as a separate save. So, like, sometimes the game will just be like, you did this, and you're in a cutscene. You did this, we're saving. You saved this. Right. This is now saved over your manual save. And now, like, your only way to backtrack now is through your in save, that kind of shit. So, jank.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know the in saves.
In
so
save,
they're like 2 different tracks.
Two separate, right? Yeah. So every time you're gonna,
maybe I can save the queen now.
maybe, yeah, maybe.
But I don't remember the last time I was in.
Oh yeah, so it could be.
I don't really use them. I go camping.
Oh, that could be the start of the game. Well, that counts as one. That counts as a in save every time you go to sleep.
Okay, maybe I'll try it. I don't know.
So quest jank. I got wrapped up into a side quest that was about an abbess in the impoverished part of like Vermund.
Okay.
That town where like all the homeless people are and everything like that. And there's like a church.
The slums.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's an abbess there who asks you to do this thing and like, get some stuff for this one very sick man, because their family's here now, they're asking about. And then the guy who's sick, he's like, he doesn't trust the abbess, and he thinks like, dude, I was doing better, and then the abbess gave me this shit, and now I'm doing worse. And now all I hear is stories like, is if I get sicker and sicker, I'm just gonna go into the undercroft where the really sick people are, and only the abbess goes, and like people don't fucking walk out of that room, dude. So like, I'm scared, please help. It's one of those things. And like the game is just like, I know this guy, he might know how to help. As soon as like, the only way to sneak into the abbess's like undercroft room is at night. The game doesn't tell you this. When the clock ticks over and it's nighttime, you can just walk in. There's no problem. You fucking grab the files of like putrid fucking healing shit that she's using on people. Because spoiler alert,
just on a table.
Yeah, it's just on a table in her room, and like there's sick people coughing, calling up for help and shit. And it's not a great place. So like you grab the stuff, and he's like, I got the stuff. And he's like, I know a guy who can test that if it's poison or not. He's on the other side of the world. So if you don't have a waypoint over there, because I literally was just over there and I fucking teleported back to town, and I did not leave a waystone there. So now I gotta go all the way back, fucking do the thing. And thank God I fucking looked up a walkthrough through this shit, because it's just like, dude, it's just one after another. It's just like, all right, come back later. I'll test this shit out. Come back later. It's like, okay, you just have to rest a night and just come back to him the next day.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yep, it's poison. And then you go, it's like, all right, time to go back. And then you go back. Mind you, this is all timed. The game doesn't tell you this. This is all timed, because if you take too long, this guy will die. If you decide, I'm gonna just go do something else for a little bit, if you come back like a couple days later, he's fucking dead, dude. Like, he's just gone. So there's like a nun there saying, yeah, he died. It's like,
Oh.
so
you can't. Can you stop the lady if he dies?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. So
She just goes on in her evil ways. Just like,
probably,
oh,
yeah.
my hands are clean. I'm out.
So I think it's like, okay, you have to capture the abbess. You have to arrest her yourself. Go do it. I have alerted the guards that this is gonna happen at night. So the only way to capture the abbess is to tackle her and just pin her on the ground and wait a few seconds. And then the fucking screen will fade to black. It says a few hours later, and then you're just cut to a guard. It's like, good job. You did it. You captured the abbess. We have all the proof we need. Good job. You never talk to that guy again or anything. Like, it's just quest complete. You did it, buddy. You stopped the abbess. She's arrested now. So like from there on, I was like, dude, this is like fucking like 2010s jank fucking from the first game jank. And like going into the game, it felt refreshing to actually know where you're supposed to go, because the first game reveled in not telling you where to go. Like, it just fucking just didn't like ever tell you where to fucking go, and you just had to figure it out all the time. So like this was just like a slap in the face after being like, ooh, a waypoint, and just being like, fuck you. You have to tackle this fucking bitch, and you don't know that you're supposed to do that. And there's multiple quests in the game that are like that, including the Empress, or like the Queen, like assassination thing. You're not told to do anything about the assassin. You have to tackle him. You just have to pin him to the ground and then hit the X button or whatever the button is on the thing, and that counts as capturing him. And then you do it. That's mission complete. You did it.
I don't think I've tackled my pawn like twice by accident. I just stopped pressing that fucking button. I was like, this is the bad button.
Yeah.
I keep interrupting him when he's trying to help me.
Yeah, just grab and pin to the ground and arrested. That's it. That's how you do that.
Well, fucking she's dead. And you know what? I'm gonna leave it that way. Whatever. It's not my fucking fault. You guys need to speak clearly. Give me good concrete directions, or your Empress is dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was that important, you would have said, get him. They should.
Or a little prompt saying, hold him down, or like grab him, something like that. There's none of that.
Or just like
none of
nothing.
that.
Just
hey,
what the fuck, man? But get away from me. You looking for a problem?
this is where this is the part where I turn it around for the positive, because like at the same time there's enough in this game where you're exploring through the world and you're discovering things on your own, and it feels cool, and like just finding new areas, new things is very exciting. I really, really appreciate that this game just doesn't have the yellow paint, yellow tape Capcom approach, because that's in every other Capcom game, and a lot of other games.
The other Capcom games?
It's in a lot of like Resident Evils mainly, but like there's always like the fucking the Uncharted like paint, like just like it's in those games. Every time there's like a ledge, Uncharted's a little bit more subtle about it, but like Horizon Zero Dawn's a bad one.
In 3, oh god, in 3 it was good because it had like, it was always like something was like tied up, or it wasn't like just like splattered paint. It was like there's a yellow thing in this area, and you know you should probably hit. But I mean, before, what was it? It was a shiny fucking like, oh, there's something on the floor.
Right, a beacon.
Yeah, it's emitting light. Yeah. Oh, what is it? It's a key. What? They don't do that. Yeah, I think. Did you see the? Speaking of, did you see Matt's images of Stellar Blade?
Oh no, I didn't. I've seen that game though. Yeah. Oh, is there yellow paint area?
Dude, there's one ladder. Okay. There's yellow paint on the bottom of the ladder, on the ladder, and at the top of the ladder. You're already on the ladder. Yeah. What? I think it's just they know you're going to be distracted because there's going to be an ass in your face.
A wiggling ass in your face.
They're not going to know where to go. It's too much for them to handle.
Yeah, we should have that. It does look very goofy. I hear it's more like Sekiro now, or like that Souls-like game.
I can't. Yeah. As a fucking grown man, I can't.
Yeah, yellow paint everywhere. Yeah, they should put. She probably has yellow pants.
Or none.
Or none. I mean, on
Like,
PC, that's a guarantee.
Why even bother? Like, what are we fucking doing, guys? Anyway,
Anyways,
that's another podcast.
That's another one. But yeah, the
That's
story.
another video people are gonna hate me for.
Yeah.
Yellow
Well,
paint's
maybe.
great. Damn it.
Is that how you're gonna do it? You're gonna do yellow paint's great.
Yeah, and with Cloud, just paint over Cloud's face. There it is.
His hair is painted yellow.
And it's not a sequel.
It's not a sequel.
But
yeah, the story. Overall, having completed the story, I would say the smaller moments are very, very disjointed, and I don't know if it's. I think it's purely based on the nature of the game being very sandbox based. Like, this is a pure sandbox RPG, whereas like you can just miss shit like a lot. Like, you could just straight up miss shit because you only heard like one little NPC be like, "I heard there was a Dullahan and this guy was fighting it," and then you fucking days later, it's like, "I heard that guy died to a Dullahan." It's just like,
oh,
I guess he's dead. Shit like that. I still haven't seen a Dullahan. I don't honestly. I have no idea if it's actually in the game or not.
What is it?
A Dullahan is supposed to be like the headless horseman, that kind of shit.
Oh. 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 No, I don't know. Did you go to the ghost place? Did you find that shit?
I did not, but like early on in the game, I found the ghost ox cart. Is that related?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. The ghost area, it's like literally just an area that's covered in mist, and I just found it by accident. I think I went to like a cave.
Right.
Or not a cave. I found like a griffin's nest.
Right. That's I found that place, and we were fucked up from that griffin fight, so we just I booked it, man. I got out of there. Yeah, still haven't explored that place much.
So I couldn't get back up, so I was like, I don't know where this leads. And then I saw a pond just walking around. It was like a level 2 pond. I'm like, what is this doing here? So I'm walking around. I'm already like level like 30 or something. I'm walking around finding it. I'm just following it. And then like, yeah, it's the bayou. It's just like swampland and ghosts everywhere.
Yeah, it's like called the Misty Marshes or some shit.
Some shit like that, yeah. And then from there, trying to escape that shit, that's how I found the elves.
Oh, yeah, right there, yeah.
And then I got a pawn I think it's actually Matt's pawn who speaks Elvish.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I didn't leave a stone or whatever, so I had to walk back.
I think there is one there. There's an archstone there that you can find.
Son of a bitch, really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't find it. So I walk back, I get over there. I'm like, well, now he can translate for me. What are they gonna say? They're like, yeah, this is a shop. I'm like, what the fuck? Do you need help with something? And they're like, do you want to sleep in the inn? Like, no. I mean, why aren't you special? What is the thing? What is the thing you want me to do, tree people? And they're like, hey, don't fuck things up around here, huh? I'm like, all right, I'm leaving.
I think
there's nothing for me to do there.
I think that was tied to something else because I completely missed it. But like in the end game, like they're tied back into it, and it's like, okay, well, our tree heart wasn't healed, so I don't want to listen to you. That kind of shit. Like, it's just, so but even then, there's something a way around it. Like it's a bonus and a plus in a way to like. I never found the elves, but I could still do something with them in the very Mass Effect 3 kind of ending that the game throws at you. I don't know if you want any spoilers or anything like that.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Right.
I want to experience how bad the story is.
The thing is, like, I think you've experienced like what is essentially the worst of it is like. What makes it bad is just it being disjointed and not really sure if you're in the right place at the right time because you just don't know. It's the first time you played the game, and the story is being fed to you just like fucking like shotgun blast of like breadcrumbs, just fucking out of a bucket. Just like, here you go, little bit. Oh, you missed most of it, but you got some of it.
I don't know what's happening, and like I feel like they're not doing enough to make it seem like I should know what's happening, but. So like, I don't know. I'm just kind of
the thing is, I'll say is like, a lot of that shit just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the end. It doesn't matter in the end. It like the story is honestly not even about that. Like the main throughput of the story that shit just doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what drives me fucking crazy about this fucking game is that they start off like, "Hey, you're the Arisen. You're the real one." I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. And they're
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you're like
It's
the king of
ridiculous.
shit." I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "Yeah, we know." I'm like, "Mm-hmm." But
go kill these goblins.
can you break in there and get a piece of paper that says people might think you're the Arisen? Like, wait, aren't you like the big honcho, head honcho, fucking head of the army? I can't say anything. This lady's spooky. Like, okay, I get, but I'm the Arisen. It doesn't matter. Like,
yeah, that's none of that matters. None of it
and then
matters at
also like,
all.
I don't know how to tell you guys this, but I solved like the main crux of the story from the fucking intro. They're like, how is this guy controlling pawns? Like, we did it with me with that magic stick. They're like, I can't imagine. Go talk to this old guy who never forgets things. Like, okay, I go talk to the old man, and he's gonna be like, I don't know anything, but I never forget it.
Yeah, the biggest plot hole
Underwater.
is absolutely just like only the Arisen can control pawns. You control pawns. You're the Arisen.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're the Arisen. I don't. And there's this whole huge dispute in like because like your sovereignty's in like jeopardy because like it's being overtaken. You get to a point where like you're about to confront like the false sovereign, and then they have like the fake, like the God's way fake stone.
Yeah,
and like
and
it's
then,
causing your pawn to go crazy. It's like oh fuck.
Yeah.
And then like
and
you
then
know
like,
you gotta go, dude. It's time to leave.
Like, what?
It's time to
like,
leave, dude.
Just take off his necklace. Shoot him with an arrow.
But yeah,
he's right fucking there. He's not immortal. He's just got a magic stone.
Yeah, I'll say like yeah, it's a funny thing, but like comparing it to the first game, like the first game's story is abysmal. it's awful. It is so fucking bad up until like the very end, and like this game kind of sort of does. I think they did a better job of writing dialogue and more mature characters as far as like who's talking to you and like how they're talking to you and doing that kind of stuff, because like you just don't really get that in the first game at all. They're doing the medieval speech, but at the same time your introduction to the sovereignty in the first game is you literally walking into the hall and a stupid fucking evil jester just like he puts a fucking stupid hat on your head and everyone starts pointing and laughing at you like fake Arisen and shit like that. That's how they introduce you to like the king. And like just like, bro, I am so pissed off right now. Like one of the funniest things that like I remember doing is just like I picked up that fucking jester and like as soon as that cutscene ended, I found a flight of stairs and threw him down the flight of stairs. I was just like, are you fucking serious right now? And like it's just like it's so disjointed, like so much more disjointed in the first game. And just like the ending is just like fuck. And like the thing is like you hear the story, like the game was never finished, and then like it really shows that the game was pushed out and finished because like the ending is basically like here's something else. Here it is. There it is. And then you do that, and then like that's it. Everything you did before that just doesn't fucking matter because like the main city just now has a giant fucking endless pit in it. So good luck.
Okay.
But this game definitely has like a defined start and a defined end as far as like what those 2 points are about. Like it like there's even a quote at the start of the game because I saw it recently because I did start New Game Plus, and like I was like, oh fuck, well shit, that is what the game is all about. Is literally that one line quote that they start you in the game, and I thought that was actually really cool because the game is about like a cyclical nature, and also it's just about you fighting a dragon, dude. Like that's it. Like you're destined to fight a dragon, and like that's really cool. That it's like it's such a simple premise, and like there's nothing wrong with that. Like honestly, it's one of my favorite things about Dragon Age Origins is like you're like you just have to fight a dragon. That's it. That is the pinnacle of the story. Is like you have to get to this point and fight a dragon.
I like that every time I fight like a Drake, they're like talking to me. They're like,
Right.
"Oh, you motherfucker!"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, let's fucking go, bro. This is what I'm here for. I just want to murder all of you, I guess, because you took my heart or some shit. I don't get it. Let's fucking go."
Yeah.
But yeah, I think so far like just the story is just not important to me. And I am enjoying like the sandbox nature of it, but I'm still like, there's still like, it's like you said, there's a lot that's gone unexplained, and I just kind of want to keep poking around, but I'm not like, I don't know, I'm not having a bad time, but I'm not having like I'm not fucking locked in, like I gotta fucking do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's slowing down.
The story definitely isn't there to like lock you in until you start the end game. As soon as you start the end game, like that's when shit pops off. But like getting there can be varied because like again, your experience is going to be different from mine. As everyone who's playing the game, like their experiences are just going to be different based on the nature of the game. So
yeah, I think I just kind of want to fill out the map for now. And just keep fucking around vocations. You gotta tell me later how to get. You told me earlier, but I forgot how to get
the warfare.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out because I think that might be the antidote to my problem. It's like
just be what do you
I
want?
feel like there's good things about everything, but there's a lot of negatives, and it tends to feel like the negatives outweigh the positives of a lot of the vocations for me. But it's also just like I'm still trying to find my play style, right? And if I compare it to like say like a Monster Hunter. Where like I know what I there it goes again. What the fuck is happening? I don't.
It might be Discord. It might be Discord.
Doing this? Is it what I move my hands? Fireworks. Say the word fireworks. Nothing. Okay, I don't understand. There's definitely a Discord because I can see it on the Discord. I don't know where it's happening, but yeah, like I know when I play Monster Hunter. I like to block because that's just my go-to. Shit goes bad, I gotta block, and from that like grounding, that's how I figure out my strategy, right? But for each vocation, it feels like I have to kind of change that a lot, and then like, and then I have to like, I'm gonna lose a lot, right? I'm gonna get murdered a lot. So there I go. What the fuck? I just said I'm gonna get murdered. Where did that come from? What is the Gave me a thumbs up. I said I'm gonna get murdered. It thumbs me up. Discord's out to get me, dude. I don't know what the problem is.
They saw your video and they didn't agree.
Yeah. remakes. Anyways, yeah, it's fun. I'm gonna keep playing it. There's nothing really on the horizon that is like gonna be pulling my attention. Besides like some stuff I'm gonna be playing for more video essays, but that's more retro stuff anyways. So
nice, yeah.
So
I definitely want to play it again on my now just super OP character and just breeze through the game. But also I'm considering buying it on the PS5 just to be able to play with your guys' pawns.
Yay!
Because I didn't buy the game; it was actually gifted to me. So.
Oh right, yeah.
I gotta get my cash in.
Fucking Master Race. Yeah, play it on PC. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I saw. Oh, we gotta talk about really quick. Let's talk about the controversy at the beginning of the release.
The microtransactions.
Like, wow, what happened, people? What did you? How did
I think
so many people get that fucking just wrong? Just like factually wrong.
It's like it's the problem with content creation.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't I didn't understand like when I saw that there was microtransactions. Yeah, when I saw there were microtransactions, I was like, well, I mean, this is normal, whatever. It's probably gonna be some like cosmetic shit or whatever. And then people are like, oh, it's these teleport stones or whatever. I was like, okay. But then like as I started playing, I was like, wait a minute, I haven't seen anything about this. Like no one's even mentioned it. And the only time I ever see it is when I load it up on the PS5 and it, there's a little square for me to, go to the shop or whatever. And I was like, oh, I guess. And I haven't really had much of a problem. Like, I've never had like more than 10 fairy stones, but I don't know. I'm just playing the game. I just keep going.
Go ahead.
I think it was totally overblown.
Yeah.
And watching.
For sure.
The dude. Not dude. Sorry. Well, anyway, somebody was saying that like um with that and then the like the poor performance, like the 30 frames per second or whatever on PC or whatever, like
Yeah, I wasn't
I
hit
don't know,
by
I didn't
that.
feel like it really mattered that much. I felt like it
Yeah.
was fine,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah, the hyperbole. It basically became hyperbole as far as like microtransactions. Like people are literally acting like pawns are running around saying like, "Have you heard about the cash shop where you could buy
yeah,
wake stones for money?"
I'd
Like shit.
prefer it, frankly. That might be more useful to me than the bullshit like, I see a ladder up there, and then you look and you're like, where? And nothing else. You're just surrounded by houses. You're like, I couldn't fucking could you point?
I
They're
didn't
just like,
mind the latter one as much because
like,
well catching a pawn just randomly pointing every so often was really funny to me. Just like what are you pointing at? There's nothing there, dude. Just like
yeah.
but
My
also
favorite's
yeah.
when they're like, hey, do you want to go? You want to find this treasure chest? You're like, yeah. And then you end up going to the depths of hell inside this fucking random mountain. You're like, what? How do I get out of here? How the fuck did I get in here? And they're like, here you go. And what do you get? Like a scrag of meat or whatever. Like, all right, I wouldn't have come down here. This is not.
This
Get
is the
bullied by
bad
lizards
place,
and
man. This
skeletons.
is a
Yeah,
bad
why the
place.
fuck are we here? And it's always Matt's fucking pawn that does that shit,
Oh
by the
my
way.
god,
Matt.
Matt. What the
I don't know
fuck?
where you go, Matt, with your pawns, but they're always trying to drag me with them. And I'm like, I don't want to go in there. I'm an
Oh
archer. I
man.
can't do
I
anything in
mean,
here.
did you like Gimli? Do you like Gimli? Your pawn? Gimli?
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. I like my
Whatever.
pawn. I like Brandolph. Like Brandolph was always there to cheer me up.
I feel like my dude just doesn't. He's just like, yeah. He would just say random stuff like, yeah, I bet this win will mean we'll win more. Like, oh, okay. Sure. It's like, yeah, this
Spurred by the
victory will lead.
victory.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going and be victorious. Like,
Yes.
all right.
I
Thanks.
like Brandolph's version of the like the ladder response because like one pawn would point out a ladder master and then he would just like now we can see what's from above. You know, it's like say it like that. It's like yeah, that's right,
All right.
Randolph. Also,
Sure.
yeah, Randolph being a mage and sorcerer, he gets levitate, and it was just always so fucking funny to be like, "Hey, where's Randolph?" And he's just levitating in the air, shooting spells and shit. Just like
There it goes.
good old
What is the
Brand.
benefit of levitate?
It's just
Just
not
like
you
not
can't.
getting
Yeah,
hit.
you can't be attacked from wherever. You just hover over, or you can just put yourself on top of like a building or something. Um,
So you can fall off and land on your face.
that's right. Or levitate
God,
down, you know.
always on my face, man. I just
We
don't
need
get.
we
They
should
have
have
no
had a
sense.
compilation of every. You should have recorded like 10 seconds of every time you landed on your face.
There's just
Make
no
it a
like
video.
no sense of self-preservation whatsoever. Just like, oh, like, are you trying to eat it?
He's pushing his face
Fuck.
down into.
Arms out. His arms are always out. Like, are you human?
Oh,
So
yeah, I mean,
ridiculous.
I think it was shared on the Discord of it. Like he saw how to like defeat fall damage. It's just
Yeah, I shared that one. Yeah,
just
just
land on
a
some, just
dude. Murder them. Just a puddle of blood. You're like,
just like a
I'm
fucking
all right.
ketchup packet. Just fucking. Oh
Fucked up.
fuck. Oh
I
man.
did see somebody like throw their pawn, kill them, and then
res them with the
revive
arrow.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you could like be.
That's a good one.
Actually, I showed Liv once. I was like, yeah, let me see if they'll catch me because they were like really low. And I jumped from a high place, but there were like fucking like boxes or something in the way, and my pawn was like, no, no. And so but then it loaded me back up to the top. So I just kept. He just kept bumping into things and just trying to throw me.
No,
Giant cat lady
master.
was just like,
No, master. No, master. It's like the worst Groundhog Day for me, master.
just, what am I gonna do? What can I do? Also, I love that pawns just completely accept their fucking precarious like living situation. Just like, I think I'm immortal. but only you could bring me back. But there's an infinite number of yous, and I keep traversing through different like parallel universes,
Right.
and I know things, but I can't die, and I can't touch water. Also, don't get in the water. Except you, Master. You can get in the water. It'll just bring you back. Like, what is this fucking world we live in? How have you guys just accepted
It's
this?
so bizarre, and I fucking
They're
love
just like,
it.
we're
I
slaves. We
fucking
can be
love it.
slaves.
Yeah.
We're infinite slaves. Like,
I feel like that if you just see that on paper and you're just like, okay, I get it. Like I see what's going on here. Like this shit just is fucking whack. And like that's
yeah,
kind of like
slavery.
that's the expectation you should go in is like none of this shit really makes sense. Like
None of it.
and it's just there to facilitate the game. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like overall, I think the pawn system's pretty fantastic. Just being able to make whoever you want, and then you just like run into goobers or just other characters across their travels. It's a really neat and unique system. So
Hold on, I gotta respond to Jade. It's not my brain damaged pawn. It's Matt's pawn. My pawn's too small. He can't catch me. He's tiny. He's Gimli. He's smaller
he
than
can't
me.
climb a box, so that's his problem.
Can't do anything. Yeah. Matt's has tried really hard. Was it Matcha Man?
Is that what he made Matcha Man? Is that why he's green?
He made Matcha Man and it's a girl. It's a giant woman.
Matcha Man, all right.
Happened. Why am I using Matt's pawns? Because we're not friends on PSN, Jade. So we gotta get on it.
Gotta get on it.
All right. I think we've
yeah. What's our
blabbed enough?
Yeah. Final thoughts, Oliver. What's your final thoughts?
It's a good game. It's not the best game, but it's a good game. I'll probably keep playing it, and you know, it's fine. I'm having fun goofing around.
Yeah.
But when I'm not having fun, I'm really not having fun. I'm just like, well, this game fucking doesn't like humans.
Pick up
like
Warrior and Warfare. Do those two.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm still holding out on like maybe I can still tweak this so that it fits my wants and needs.
Right, yeah.
But also, I'm just waiting for Monster Hunter in 2025. So I got time. I'm not in a rush. And I'm like 50 or so hours in. I got my $70 worth.
Nice.
Good enough.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm happy with it.
Yeah,
it's not a remake, so
it's not.
It's a good.
It's not a remake. Yeah, I really like this game. It's probably gonna be one of my favorites this year. I don't know, like the story and in the end, like the bizarre nature of it just really drew me in as far as like the story side of things. But then also I just really loved like just exploring and leveling up vocations. Like I did a stream, one of the last times I streamed the game. It was literally just me running in a direction, like and leveling vocations. It's like haven't been there, I'm gonna go that way. And I went that way and just leveled a vocation going that way. I think I stuck around Batal, like that region the most in my playthrough, because I just really liked that region. I thought like the enemy variety and distribution was just like perfect. Whereas opposed to other areas where you just round a corner, it's just like chaff after chaff after chaff, or wolves, more wolves and goblins, and just sometimes the griffin would fight you. Whereas like Batal is just like a perfect mix of like giant monster fights, giant monster variety, little enemy variety. Like there's a lot of like knackers and I don't know if we can say that on YouTube. Sorry. And hobgoblins and wolves. So, but also there's dragons and shit. Oliver's dead.
Yeah, I think. There's more on the map I want to see. That's kind of what's going to keep you around. There's more that I want to check out. I think it's really good looking game. But it's just a game I'm very used to being, to doing things because of story, right? And
helps you
usually is
go forward.
Keeps me around. But this game is like, I just want to let's just keep fucking fighting and seeing what happens and going to check out
big
things.
sandbox.
Yeah. All right, I'm done.
All right, I think I'm done as well. Play the game. I recommend it.
Play it.
It's good. It's a good
Just
game.
temper your expectations. That's all.
Yeah, if you're going in expecting like Game of Thrones like storytelling or some shit like that, it's just like it's not a story game. It's not really.
No,
It's a
not
game
story
about
game.
you being the chosen one and you fight a dragon. That's the story. That's it. That's it, man.
Good. That's
So
all it should be.
yeah,
That's
there's
all I want.
nothing wrong with that.
Just nothing wrong with it. Great sequel to the last podcast. Thanks.
Yeah,
Is it a
sure.
remake? I don't know. Well, it's a little different. The fidelity's higher. So I guess
We can have a separate podcast talking about once you beat the game.
yeah. Anything what's coming up? We're doing Helldivers.
Yeah, we're gonna
Maybe,
try
if it works.
Helldivers if it works, and then if it doesn't, and it's too crashy, too buggy, we're gonna play some Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and get him to the grinding lands, and then are you gonna do your
Hey,
show
Matt's
this
here.
week? Oh, hey Matt.
My show?
You're gonna do didn't we change the name? Do you want to announce it? You want to
Have we still
big deal
haven't
about it?
decided? It's the Wheel of Random right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
we gotta probably rework that a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
figure something out. But
Yeah.
I'm currently in the process of moving, so I probably won't have a lot of time to do other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, later this month, hopefully, we'll get
we'll be
get
around.
the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think
Sorry, Matt. We knocked on your pawn a little bit.
A little bit. So your pawns are good. Don't rewind. But yeah, I think well, we got some other stuff coming. We got a lot of things planned.
Yep.
A lot of things ready to go, but we just gotta set some stuff up. Hey, we passed 300. Yay!
Yeah.
Passed 300. I got I'm already working on the next video essay, but I might have to do a response to the responses for this one.
Please
first,
do.
because they're great. I love it.
So good.
All the Zoomers are coming out.
We gotta set the stage here. They know exactly what they walked into after this one.
Oh my god, it's so good. Should I give a few? You want?
Yeah, sure.
You want to?
Yeah, so
okay.
On a high note.
Okay, let me. Oh, hold on. Give me a second. I gotta reload the thing, the account stuff. Hold on. We're at 301. Yay!
Yay!
Let me see really quick. YouTube Studio. Got a little bit of insider baseball here. I like saying that phrase. One of my favorite phrases, inside baseball. All right, let's go to the comments. Like, great. Let's see. One of my favorite ones was this one from Johnny in Japan. Well, I'm in Japan too, Johnny, so you want to fucking hang out. We can go hang out. But he's like, this dude is a fucking hipster. Solidified it with saying tank controls were actually good. Well, if I look at Johnny in Japan's profile here, he has more subscribers than us. But he's just drinking a lot of fucking beer, apparently. That's what he does. So there you go. He made a drunken rant about somebody being racist, sexist hypocrite 4 years ago. I'm a hipster. Somebody named @Brian-ZX2PF, totally human. Their response was, oof. That's it. Somebody named @user-mm2ku7rb5p said, oh, shut up. I like remakes, dude. This is the high quality stuff we're talking about.
Cream in the crop.
Somebody named Israel Gajardo 3928 with a NES PFP said, bro cooked a 5-star anti-meal.
That one might be my favorite.
Yeah. Somebody named Big Monkey said, never cook again.
Oh.
I'm not cooking. I don't maybe, yeah. All Zoomers are the same. They're basically the same person. There's a lot. Somebody said the name of the video is called Remakes Are Mistakes. Somebody said this video is a mistake, which is really good. I actually appreciate that. Like, yeah, there's no fat on that joke. I like that.
They thought they had an idea and they went with it.
Yeah, a good one from R. Rembrandt
Oh shit.
Said, yeah, Rembrandt's here. He said, won't even bother to watch this. FF7R is clearly one of the best games of this generation, and one of the best Final Fantasy games. So I guess it's a scathing critique from somebody who didn't watch it. Yeah, good stuff. One of my favorite comments is actually Super Mario Brothers 3 for the Super Nintendo, and I took that personally. It is technically a remake. I think it's All Stars. Is it All Stars? One of like the collections changes, like they use like different sprites for. Anyways, whatever.
Okay.
Gotcha. Did my fucking video, so whatever. Yeah, stuff like that. Good stuff.
Yeah.
People real mad. People real mad.
Of the crop.
Cream of the crop. Let me see really quick. I want to. If I can just look at I want to look at the ratio again because we were getting ratioed, my man. It went up. Look at that. More people are liking it. We're at 24% positive. 24% of the people.
We were at 21% an hour ago.
Yeah. Getting better. Anyways, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oliver welcomes it. He has no problem with it.
This is great. This is what I want. I want people to watch my stuff and engage with it. So,
you're getting it on YouTube.
I'm getting it. I'm getting it whether I want it or not. Anyways, yeah. All right, let's go to hell.
Tune into our next video. Remakes are fantastic.
Yeah, we're gonna make a response. Remakes are the best things fucking ever, guys. 100% cooking. That's your cooking edition. And then it's gonna be, it'll be fucking Cloud in a chef hat next to Gordon Ramsay. I don't get the fucking phrase. I'm not 12, so I don't know what they mean by cooking.
Yeah, he's cooking. Let him cook, I guess. That's how it goes, man. I don't know.
Is it? It's fucking no.
It's based.
Abe Simpson going, and it'll happen to you. And it's me now, like, fucking know what you guys are talking about, and I don't care to. Like, use your words, I guess. Enjoy it. Zoomers.
I guess.
All right. We're done.
Yeah, we're gonna shut this down. We're gonna shut this down, and then we're gonna start up a new stream. And we'll see you soon. Yep.
Don't go nowhere.
Yep.
Robots.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thanks for coming.
We'll do more in the future. Bye-bye, maybe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.